This isn't gonna work well.
It's fun.
Welcome to the clueless edition of Dirt Guy Drive Time. My name is Steve Brown. I'm driving home from work talking about random crap that probably will not change your life and will probably just burn off about 10 minutes of it that you can never get back. That's kind of how this show goes, frankly. Because, frankly, as I'm driving now, my mind is obsessed with some thoughts that I'd like to share. I'd like to sort of just get off my chest. But I don't know. It's stuff about my job. But I don't know that, I don't know if it's appropriate. You know, it occurred to me today that one of the guys that works on the job, just the guy I gave the shout out to, watches my videos. And I don't know how much I should be sharing. So when he goes to work the next day, he's going, oh, Steve said this, and oh, Steve's like that. It might make my life worse, to tell you the truth. And it doesn't need to be any worse right now. But interesting thought occurred to me just as I was hitting the record button, frankly. When I was in high school, my senior year, I went to a smaller school. It was like a college prep kind of school, which, funny story, I got into a college prep school because it was a new school, and basically they let any of the neighbor kids go to this school so they could populate it. And about 2 years into it, the only way to get into this school was you had to pass an entrance exam to get in. You had to show you're smart enough. I wouldn't have made it, baby. I graduated with straight C's. And I think the only reason I did is because that was back in the day when they could cheat on my grades. I think they all bumped me to a C so I wouldn't flunk and have to redo my 12th grade year, because I was student body president. I was like a big man on campus. Everybody knew me. I was very popular in high school. And so it would not shine well on the school, the college prep school, for their ASB president to fail his 12th grade year. That's what happens when you elect a punker as president, you dumbasses. But anyway, I digress. You know, on the graduation night and leading up to graduation, everyone was so stoked. We're done. We're getting out of here. Woo, we made it. And I was growing more and more depressed before graduation. The reason is I knew it was coming. I knew I was at a small school and I was loud, and so everybody knew me, very popular. Almost where kids wanted my autograph. I was that big of a deal. And I knew that when they handed me that diploma, I'd go party that night and wake up the next day in the real world. Not in a small school, not a popular dude. So I was a little depressed about it. And it's interesting, there is one thing about my my day job, though, that I will share with you. And that is, I knew the day would come where either the job would be completed and I would just move on, or they would just move me on from the job. One way or another, there would be some separation from that job. And I think part of what I'm experiencing now is some form of separation anxiety, because some of that's occurring right now. And so I'm playing with those emotions, to be honest with you. On the one hand, it's awesome to have somebody with some experience, some responsibility, some maturity, some organizational skills. It's awesome to have the support of a person like that on my job right now, because I did not have the resources to pull off what needs to be pulled off. And it was wearing on me. I was trying to do too much at once, and none of it was getting done well. It's just the nature of the beast. You don't have enough resources, things don't get done right. So, now I've got some extra help on that, and we're working through that, working that out. But as I think it's understandable that as that happens, and as this person assumes more, I'm going to use the word control, but our company doesn't operate like that. He's not in control, but more leadership, more in the leadership role, perhaps. And so suddenly now I'm watching people go to this other person instead of, they used to come to me. And instead of me training and mentoring and stuff, the guys that used to be on my team, well, we're still on the same team, but it used to be my team. It's not my team anymore. Just watching that, it's weird. I just sit there at my desk feeling like a useless pollywog. And the reality of the situation is this. My job really hasn't changed. I'm doing the same shit I was doing, frankly. The only difference is now there's a body that knows what the hell they're doing, running around all the floors, whipping that place into shape. We need it. It's awesome. It's just weird seeing, it's like that girl used to date me and now she's bringing her new boyfriend over. And they're kissing and smooching right in front of me. It was like when my now ex-wife dumped me for my now ex-best friend. And I'd see them together, and just listening to the way they interact and talk and have their jokes and then try to be chummy with me, it was like, this is awkward. I don't know how to process this. Good news is I got over that, which means I can get over this. And to those of you who are listening, who maybe of the boss capacity in my life, none of this is a complaint. These are just feelings I have to process. I think this is part of a maturing experience, a growing experience, to figure out how to do this. I am a team player, and what's happening now, I believe, is best for the team. My skills are valuable. They're very important to this job, and I have the respect of the owners. I believe I still have the respect of my bosses and the guys in the field. I don't fuck around. I get people what they need. Sometimes, though, it takes too long because I don't have enough time to get it done. So that's been remedied, I think. And as we move forward, the proof will be in the pudding. But this job all along, in my opinion, Super Duper and Steve, by the way, Super Duper Intendant, I'm pulling the duper out. No more duper in the super. Sorry, I'm done with it. It's just superintendent. I may just be tendant by the time this is over, to be honest with you. The super may be stripped from me as well. But I don't remember where I was going with that. Jesus Christ, I can't remember where I was going with that. Anyway, it's best for the team. The job should have, in my opinion, it is 3 hotels, even though it is 2 structures. It's 3 hotels. And there are so many rooms, so many details, so many men, and it's spread out over such a 4 stories by 30,000 square feet per story. I think it takes a superintendent and an assistant superintendent per hotel. That's 6 bodies running this thing. And for a while there was 2, and then there was 3, and then there was 4, and never 6. Now there's 5. So, you know, it's just taking some adjustment. I just find it bizarre that there's this fucking pendulum in my head right now, and it swings to one side where I'm all encouraged and excited because the next phone call I get from the president of my company could be, all right, let's pull the trigger on the new division, and boom, I'm off to the races, doing something I know very well. Very well. There's no learning curve left there. There's just like make it happen curve, okay? And then within seconds, the pendulum swings the other way, and that phone may ring, and it may be the president of my company calling me to tell me to pick up my shit and go home and stay there. Yeah, you can't live like that. I'm just bipolar, I guess. I'm bipendular. Something like that. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. And the thing is, I want to come out of this with stronger, better, faster, longer, whatever, than I've ever been. I want to come out of this more rock star-ish than I've ever been. And for myself, my family, I got to feed that beautiful wife, Cindy Brown, the queen of everything, and keep her in the lap of luxury. And those 4 damn terriers, let's not forget the cat. I got to keep that happening. But also, my director, the guy that got me hired and has been my mentor, I need to take care of him. I don't want to be a burden where he's got to, God, now what's wrong with Steve? God, Steve's whining about this. Oh, now I got to go wipe Steve's ass over here. I want him to go, Steve's on the case. Boom. Forget about it, baby. Steve's on the case, baby. That's what I want. And through that, my company and the guy who signs my paychecks benefit greatly from that. So that's where I want to go with it. I don't want to be an emotional basket case, which is, frankly, sorry, that's where I am right now. So the good news is this is Thursday, and tomorrow's Friday, and that'll be awesome. I'm in such a state right now that I want to, there's a sermon I have in mind I want to preach on my Vibe Church channel, or this talk I want to do, and I just can't get into the emotional state to do that. How am I going to feel like this and then bring, hey, get her done over on that channel? Can't do it. So anyway, I guess there you go. The Steve's bearing his soul. I have a pretty soul. I'm bearing it for you. And I hopefully will not get squished by this big rig right here. Come on over, buddy. I'm not going anywhere anyway. If I survive the drive home, then hopefully I will see you again tomorrow for the big weekend wrap-up report. And until then, my name is Steve Brown, and don't let the pendulum hit you in the ass.